My name's Margaret McLarty, and I haven't had a chance to speak to everybody yet, but I really am looking forward to doing that. Thank you very much. Why are we here at the National Cathedral? We've been wanting for years and years and years to come to the National Cathedral, and our good friend Duke was appointed head verger, and I immediately sent something out on the blast V list that Duke Dutille is... That's right. As soon as that went out. Now, I was going to wait at least 3 days before I asked him. But so this has long been a desire of our membership to be here, and I cannot tell you, with Duke as head verger, immediately he said, okay, I'm working on it. And Duke's only been here, what, 2-3 years, and we are here. So it was a wonderful tribute to his love and support of the Guild. So why are we here on the weekend of the National Acolyte Festival? That, once again, was an invitation to us to participate, and it really overlays our ministry of verger with another important lay ministry in the church, that of acolyte. Many of you work with the acolytes in your church, and so it's once again a time for us to interact and synergize with that group. Hopefully we'll be bringing acolytes from our parishes if we haven't done it before, and maybe some parishes that don't have vergers will consider that ministry for them. So that's the logic of why we're here this weekend, and it is going to be a lot of fun, and tomorrow's going to be a real festive day. One of the workshops tomorrow, one of our longtime vergers and Guild supporters, Joe Sturtevant, will be giving an acolyte workshop on the ministry of junior verger. So that will be a good program too. The Guild has been really busy this past year. I don't know whether you know that or not. I think you've probably gotten a few pieces of mail and email and V-list notifications. The Guild has wanted to increase, and one of my personal objectives was to increase the ministry of verger within the National Church. And we were quite pleased to do that. We were officially on the worship committee for General Convention. We served I personally served as Master of Ceremonies for all 11 liturgies of General Convention, and that was a wonderful tribute to the Guild. There was a little blurb in every program that said, thanks for the work, we thank the work of the National Altar Guild, the National Association of Deacons of North America, and the Vergers Guild of the Episcopal Church. That's the first time that we've gotten that recognition. So we're making strides. So as our Guild is trying, and we've always worked from a bottom-up approach. I've got a verger in my parish and you've got a verger in your parish. We've always worked from a bottom-up. Now we're working from the top down, trying to have our ministry recognized. We've made calls on the seminaries. We've made calls with different bishops to, say, oh, you don't have y'all don't have any vergers out there. Would y'all like to talk to some of us? And so we're making strides to that effect. So, but to do this, our organization needed a national structure. Now, let me say, and I want to introduce I think we have 3 founding members of the Guild here. We have Bill Gleason, we have David Jetty, and Kent Wingerson. Is that the 3 of y'all? Y'all stand up and wave and say hi. That's right. Thank you. 3 founding members of our organization, and and Tom, oh, where's Tom? Tom Cameron, there he is. Thank you. I just didn't see your face back there behind that column. And we really needed Tom because he had to come across the big pond and tell us exactly how to do it, right? From the mother church. The Guild is in a state of growing and strengthening, and where originally those dozen or 2 dozen vergers got together in support of their individual ministries, we are moving to now a national organization, almost 1,000 strong. We haven't hit that 1,000 mark yet, but I think we will soon. And to do that, your board has been working very hard to build an infrastructure, and communications is critical. So we were very, very lucky last year when Scott Smith said that he would be our communications officer. And as you know, we've gone through all sorts of web crash sites and viruses on the V list and everything like that. So we have a real professional in our ranks who is willing to make a tremendous gift to us in terms of all of this time and energy. So Scott has done a remarkable job, and in a minute we're going to let him show us some of the new technology. But there's a lot of work to be done, and so if any of you want to help contribute to writing the newsletter, building a chapter, expanding this ministry, helping do a regional conference, visiting a diocesan event with the Vergers Guild, please let me know or let Pat Allen know. Pat is our vice president, and Pat is chair of the nominations committee, and the nominations committee, gets all these people who say, I might be willing to help, and you may not know exactly what your talent is, but we might be able to help you figure that out. So to that effect, I think that our guild has a significant presence. We want to support you in your individual ministry. We want, the parish verger is the heart of what we do. You working every Sunday, being that welcoming presence in your congregation is critical. But as a guild, as a national organization, we want to strengthen what we do not only for you and your parish, we want to be a resource to the broader church. And so therefore, one of the things we're going to do, Scott's going to show you what we've done in the past, but going forward, we want to build a library on our website. So you can go to the website and say, how do I do the new fire? Click, 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 and here's 3 or 4 customaries on how to do that. Or how do you do a procession for a new ministry? Or how do you do a procession, or what's y'all's policy for animals in the church for blessing of the animals? So we want to have this customary not only for vergers, but for anybody who wants to log on. So we'll be asking you over the next year for how you do it, and we'll be putting that up there in our library. But now I want to turn it over to Scott and let you show us some of the razzle dazzle.
Thanks, Margaret. Greetings all. I'm thrilled to be here. I was very excited to see how many people are actually going to be at Verger 101, which means you're fairly new. I actually am only about 3 years into the guild, so I have a warning to everybody who's new. Do not let Margaret con you into volunteering for anything, because you'll be here talking about the website. It's actually interesting. Just last year, we started looking at the website, and the Guild has always had a really, really good website. Mike Malone. Mike, are you here? Mike has been webmaster for years. It was a tremendous resource, and then at some point it was attacked by one of these worms that you hear about, and basically all of that information just, died on us. So Mike and I worked together to actually go back, reaching back into time. There are web archives through Google and also through this big thing called the Internet Archive Project. We could actually see the Verger Guild website back about 10 years back. So we were able to basically rebuild, but it took us a lot of work, and Mike really helped on that. So many thanks to Mike. So basically, if we sort of run back to last year, we were really just looking at what's the strategic plan for communications for the Guild. We've had newsletters for the Guild's 22-year history. Did we want to keep printing a paper newsletter? What did we want the website to be, to become? Was the V-list an effective way of communicating? So these are all kind of big questions, and we didn't exactly know how we were going to answer any of them. But the one thing that we knew was we really wanted to rebuild that website. So actually, I do not know how to work this thing, so